recently started thinking about Matthew 18 in a different way.
Okay.
I think that growing up, well, you know the concept of Matthew 18. When you have a grievance with someone, you go to them first and try and talk to them about it. And if they don't reciprocate, if they don't hear you, then you go back a second time. You bring someone else from the church to help you with the conversation. And I think growing up, I often thought of that as, I mean, maybe this is too simplistic, but you're bringing backup. You know? Like,
right.
I need someone else to witness that this person is not reciprocating the relationship building. And for a long time, that's probably a very simplistic way that I interpreted that scripture as not necessarily ganging up on anyone, but you know, I need someone to back me up here and make sure that the conversation is happening the way it's supposed to happen. But recently, in the past few years, I've been thinking about it a little bit more in terms of communication theory. I'm not a theologian, but I did study communications in college, so this is kind of how I think. But basic communication theory says that you have a sender and a receiver. So right now I'm speaking, I'm the sender, and you're receiving my message. And you are providing me feedback to indicate that you have heard my message and you've understood my message. But the other aspect of communication theory, basic communication theory, is that there's elements of noise that can hinder the communication between the two people. And a lot of times people will think of this noise as, well, an obvious would be if you're speaking with someone who comes from a different country, speaks a different language, there's going to be issues with translation. That's one of the very broad senses of noise. But also, you could also think of noise as a game of telephone where you send the message, it gets interpreted differently along the way. But there are a lot of different elements of noise, I think. We all come to a conversation, to a relationship with different perspectives, regardless of our racial or ethnic background. There's also a socioeconomic background. We interpret the world differently because we're all unique individuals. And I think that plays a part in communication noise as well. And so recently I've been thinking of Matthew 18 more in terms of that perhaps bringing the other person to the conversation is not a form of backup, but a form of helping the two people in the conversation interpret the message and helping to filter out the noise.
That makes sense.